Hey, name's Jacob, and this is my first time doing episode analysis. None of the footage that I'm about to show is owned by me. It is actually owned by a wonderful group of people called Odd Nation Cartoons. If you consider on supporting, go to the desk. I'm gonna do my analysis on the most recent Disventure Camp Stars episode, which is the 8th episode that just recently released. I'll do sections like episode analysis, opinion on the recent eliminated player, overall thoughts, conclusion. These were all inspired by the wonderful Alexa_Disventure Camp, so please consider subscribe to her. She's only at 3K. Also, if you have different opinions, that is completely fine. Now, without further ado, let's dive into this episode.
I knew it! We're all gonna die!
So with the first scene of the episode, we see Ally offering Jake apples, but he doesn't seem like he's in the mood to accept Ally's offer. So he rejects. Then Ally reacts with some attitude towards him. I kinda understand the Ally and Jake beef, considering that our demon child is gone, so we need some drama on Magenta team. Then right after, we see Ashley approaching Jake trying to comfort him. She notices that something doesn't seem right when then Jake told Ashley that Tom had a boyfriend he's clearly lying on his name about that, but whatever. Ashley really seems to care about Jake and Ally. She doesn't want to see them both sad, but sometimes she has to put matters into her own hands. I'm curious on how the Jake and Ashley dynamic will expand in the future, because so far it's really promising. And Ashley being a queen as always. And now in this scene, we see Ellie supposedly looking for the idol. Girl, if you don't find it the first time, why bother to look for it again? Anyways, then we see Tess approaches her to confront her once and for all. It's about time someone puts Ellie in her place. After that, Ellie lied to Tess and said that she was looking at the sunrise. She should have said she was looking for Fudoir something, IDRK. Then Tess questions why she is observing it from the ground. Then she admits she was trying to locate the idol and asked Tess to keep watch for her. She asked her if she was in any sort of danger. Then Ellie makes an excuse of the lie is ruining her reputation. Then Tess doesn't believe her on that lie. Then Tess told Ellie that Gabby knows she in the Villains Alliance, and Gabby is really sad about it. Rip Gabby. Ellie replied with, "God damn it, I hate this game." She also asked if she ever had a conversation with Gabby recently. She says she hasn't, which is very sad. From this whole scene was clear that this girl time was numbered. She starts to develop some type of goulet, but all she knows is that it's for strategic purpose. Tess pulled up that one important question, and it was, do you value Gabby more than the cash prize or something like that? Ellie replied with, are you crazy? Of course I do. After she said, do you value her more than $3 million? And now for this scene, we see Tom and Aiden talking about their cravings. This scene made me have some too. Then all of a sudden, the one and only Gabby appears, only to ask if she could join them. They better have not said no. Anyway, Aiden was wondering, where was Ellie, considering she's always with her? Gabby didn't know where she was located. I feel like this scene should have been like a gather up for Aiden and Tom to convince Gabby to vote for Ellie the upcoming elimination ceremony. Then she declines that offer and leaves without further notice. But instead, we got another mention of Tom's totally real boyfriend. Don't worry guys, I'm being sarcastic. We then had Gabby freak out about the news of Tom having a boyfriend. She asked what his name and gender was. Then in the most awkward way, Tom exits the conversation by making up a last-minute excuse. Afterwards, the scene moved to the production tent, having Yul magically walk in. This might be their last time interacting with one another, considering that Emily is quote-unquote fired. I generally hope she isn't, or otherwise she won't be important. Will be a bland character for the rest of the season, unless she exposes all the confessionals, which might cause tension with one another, but I doubt there will be a lot of drama surrounding that. We also had Emily saying, let her lick your spicy abs. I literally Love the reference considering it's like Tam like Yul and his spicy abs ... and the amount of times Yul said the F word in this scene alone is crazy. I wonder what will happen with Yul and Gret. Now considering that Emily is no longer her puppet, telling him what to do. Now we have Crystal introducing the new Magenta team without the one and only Fiore. I feel like it wasn't necessary for Ashley to say that they're gonna have drinks after the game just because they booted out an 8-year-old. I don't think if that's me, but it's a problem to me. Wish Alec had a bigger Rhea sighting on Fiore getting the boot. Also, it kinda pisses me off how Rhea says I knew it even though she never helped Fiore at all, especially when she needed it in the 5th episode. Luckily she survived that elimination ceremony. Now we have Crystal mocking Aiden that he's scared of heights. Honestly, it really wasn't something to be scared of considering that he couldn't see how high he was from the surface. But then again, it's Aiden, so not in a bad way. After all of a sudden, a spaceship or whatever came from nowhere, leaving everyone shocked. Especially Aiden. Alec asked where he got the budget to afford such a thing. Crystal replied with Trevor's paycheck. How much does bro get paid then? We then had a scene of the yellow team and Rhea volunteered to lead the team, but obviously Yul wasn't sassed, especially Gret. When she brought up last time she led them, they lost the challenge. Also, Rhea had a little sponsorship moment. Yul declared as Alec as the leader since he assumes that he is a nerd, which he isn't wrong about. I love you, Alec. I also love how everybody followed Rhea. We then have a scene of Gabby willing to win Ellie a plushie from the vending machine. That is so wholesome. Also, I agree with Tess. Why the hell is there a vending machine in space? It's like it was meant to be anyway. Gabby was willing to smash the machine with a hammer until Tess offers to get it for her, considering that she has experience with vending machines and has a collection back home. I really love Tess and Gabby interactions. It seems that Gabby goes to Tess when she needs someone to comfort her, which I really love. 3. We have Ashley randomly walking out of the room with a tablet in her hands, then she gives it to Ally since she wanted to try some passcodes that could possibly make the pad open. Then out of nowhere Jake tries and asks Ally for the tablet just cause he wanted a turn with it. Jake, what the hell would you have even done with the tablet if you even had it? Anyway, he proceeds to grab it out of Ally's hand with force, then he told her to let go of on. But Ally refused to. Later Ally let go of it, then Jake fell with the tablet falling out of his hands. We after had the girl boss herself, Ashley, giving Ally and Jake a little scolding for what they just did. Jake and Ally clearly hate each other's guts, so if they were to lose again, which they will mostly not, Ally and Jake will walk up to Ashley asking who to vote tonight. Also, we need more Tess and Ally interactions. I know there was one in the 7th episode, but we need more. We then move after to a scene with Rhea, Jake, and Aiden. To be honest, that's the worst trio drama-wise, considering that Aiden clearly hates Rhea for almost making him die, and if Jake and Aiden are together for a while, then Jake might just start asking questions about him and Tom, which will drive him over the cliff. Also, I love how Rhea did absolutely nothing to help with the ladder, and she still manages to go up it first. I mean, the least that she could have done was place it. If like Aiden went up it first, then things would have ended up much more different in the end. Also, I love how Rhea just stole the ladder while Jake and Aiden was just arguing. This is why she's one of my favorite characters, and I'm actually so happy for Jake for throwing Aiden card on the ground for revenge. He also ate that up. I mean, it's only karma for doing it to him. When Aiden took Jake Bird in the 2nd episode, he made me so angry. I don't know why. Also, you're telling me that all they had to do was move the table near the wall, then jump it. Also, why the hell were there just a card laying on the ground? Should have at least placed it on a table or something. Yes, I know it was used to open the door. Gabby thought that the impact on landing would have been more Higher, to be honest, I'm not really surprised it one's taken place in the actual space.
I knew it! I knew it! We're all gonna die!
Now to the next section of this video. My overall thoughts on the most recently booted player. I personally don't have a problem with Ellie getting the boot this episode, considering it that it was really Obivis, and if any of that team were to get the boot, it would be Ellie. But the problem is that they're getting rid of the most intersetting players, but they hardly even cause that much drama. And yes, I'm talking about Ellie and Fiore. I'm not trying to say that the ridding this season is problem or anything, trust me, it really improved 3, but I kinda have a problem with the elimination order. I just feel like Ellie could have offered a little bit more to her storyline, but they decided to keep her the way she was. I personally think that she could have caused some tension on her team before she got the boot, then the Cyan team wouldn't be really boring drama-wise. I'm really hoping Gabby carry on Ellie's legacy, since she probably will be pissed with Aiden, Tom, and Tess with them voting off her girlfriend, but I don't understand why they would boot out Ellie without her causing any drama on her team. I feel like she should have kinda overreact during her elimination, but I'm glad she didn't. I also agree with Tess, this game isn't healthy for her. Also, I love how Gabby is always loyal to Ellie no matter what she does to her. She is actually so real for that. Also, I'm curious, after the game ends, how Tess and Ellie relationships is gonna hold up. Is she gonna be pissed to the max with her, or is she gonna understand her decision and leaves that behind the past? But to be fair, Ellie could have made up a lie about Tess like she did with Lake, and Tom probably would have think it was true like he did with Lake's elimination. Maybe she could have said that Tess wants him out or something. Ellie defiantly could have saved herself this elimination ceremony, but she just decided not to. Maybe should have told a little lies here and there, but I guess she just trusted Tess on the vote tonight. The scene with Ellie and Gabby was so sad and wholesome. I wish they had more interactions during the 8th episode before Ellie got the boot. Ellie probably could have asked Gabby to help her look for the idol, then she doesn't find it.
I knew it! I knew it! We're all gonna die!
For my overall thoughts, I give this episode a 8/10. It was actually one of my favorites so far. Obviously, the musical is my favorite, and it's really hard to beat. I really like the space theme challenge they had for this episode. It was so fun to watch and see what everybody were doing in the actual episode inside of the trailer teaser. I do think the challenge could have went on a little longer, but it was good. It would have been really funny if they had Among Us references or something like that. I'm honestly really curious what could have happened if Fiore was still in the game in this challenge. I feel like the Ally and Jake argument would have been way different, and she probably would have possibly be picked as one of the contestants for the head-to-head challenge. And I'm very happy that Gabby finally have a character arc. I wonder how that will be in the next episode. Anyways, that's it for today. See you next time. Have a great day.